CompTIA A Plus, Core 2, Complete Training Course. Exam Objective 2.2 Compare and contrast wireless security protocols and authentication methods. Wireless authentication. Picture this: you're trying to connect to a wireless network, and it hits you with a prompt for a username and password, or maybe just a password. Ever wonder why? Well, the network wants to make sure you're really you. It's a process called authentication. Think of it like the bouncer at a club asking for your ID. Authentication is how the wireless network checks, who are you? And makes sure only the right people get access. So, how do wireless networks work their magic? They use what's known as an authentication factor, which is fancy talk for the method that proves you're legit. These factors can be something you know, like a password, something you have, something you are, or even somewhere you are. Now, let's break it down and check out some of the most common ways in which wireless networks decide whether to let you in. For starters, there are two main types of wireless authentication: personal and enterprise. Personal authentication is what most of us are familiar with. It's the classic Wi-Fi password, also known as a passphrase, pre-shared key, or PSK. You've probably done this 100 times. The network requires you to enter a password before connecting. Once you're in, the network assumes everyone with that password is trusted. It's simple and effective for home networks or small setups, but it's not ideal for larger organizations where tighter security is needed. For those scenarios, we would use enterprise authentication. Enterprise authentication uses a more complex setup. Instead of just a password, it relies on specialized protocols to manage individual user access. This is where authentication methods like Radius, TACX Plus, and Kerberos really shine. These methods don't just ask for a simple password, they require a username and password combo, and sometimes more. These credentials are then verified by an authentication server. Actually, let me take a second to break down these enterprise authentication methods a bit more. Radius, short for Remote Authentication Dial-In User Service, is a protocol that handles authentication, authorization, and accounting for users who connect to a network. It acts like a middleman that talks between the network and a central database of authorized users. When someone tries to log in, Radius checks if their username and password are on the list, then grants or denies access based on the result. It's commonly used in larger organizations to centrally manage network access. Terminal Access Controller Access Control System Plus, or TACX Plus for short, is a proprietary protocol, developed by Cisco, that is used for authenticating and controlling access to network devices, such as routers and switches. It provides more granular control than Radius by separating authentication, authorization, and accounting. TACX Plus not only verifies who you are, but also determines what actions you're allowed to perform. This makes it useful for managing access to network infrastructure and keeping detailed logs of what each device is doing. TACX Plus is often used in Cisco environments for managing administrative access to network devices, but third-party implementations of this authentication method do exist. Kerberos is a network authentication protocol that uses tickets to verify user identities. When you log in, Kerberos gives you a ticket that proves your identity. You can then use this ticket to access multiple services on the network without having to re-enter your credentials. It's like getting a pass that allows you to move freely within the network, making Kerberos a good choice for environments with multiple systems. Now, let's talk about multi-factor authentication, or MFA, which is where things get extra secure. MFA adds another layer of verification on top of the basic username and password. Whether you're using a personal Wi-Fi password or enterprise methods like Radius, TACX Plus, or Kerberos, you can still apply MFA. This ensures that even if someone gets hold of a password, they still need that second piece of verification to access the network. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more great content.